Welcome to Pump Up Your Pod.
La dee da dee da, la da.
Hello. Welcome back to Pump Up Your Pod with Brianna from Bambi Media. That's me. I am going to take you through how to access and look at your reviews for your podcast on this quick little one today. So it is a bit annoying because you can't actually just go to the one place and get everything everywhere for all the reviews. In fact, there's only a couple of places that you can actually leave reviews. So Apple Podcasts is one way that you can leave a review. I believe Castbox is another way that you can leave reviews, but there's no real other, like Spotify, for example. You can't leave a review there. There's just not that capability yet. So a few of the smaller podcast players, you definitely can review, but not a lot of people really do it. So the only real place that people actually review is on Apple Podcasts. The best way to find and look at all of them in a easy to see kind of thing is to go to a place called chartable.com. There's also another one called podkite.com, which I sometimes recommend because they look prettier. But Podkite hasn't had the most up-to-date information, so I'm just stopping at the moment recommending them because I feel like it's not as up-to-date as Chartable is. So, Chartable. Once you're there, chartable.com, at the top you can see a search podcasts section. I'm going to search for Shameless for the purpose of this video. Shameless, which is a popular show here in Australia. When you type it in, and this is all completely free, you don't have to sign up to anything, you don't have to give an email address, you don't have to do anything at this point. You can just put your podcast name in there and then away you go. So you can see then that you have charts and you can see where you're listed, where you're sitting in those charts for Spotify and for Apple, depending on if you are charting in anything, which is always good to know. Not that it makes a huge amount of difference, but, it's still good to know. And underneath ratings and reviews is where you can actually see all your ratings and reviews. You can see how many you have. You can see the star rating for each of them. You can see when they left the review, where they are, that kind of thing, which is really, really cool. That gives you the most recent ones. And then if you click on see all, it actually takes through to all the reviews, which is pretty kick-ass, and you can read full review if they've been truncated and that sort of thing. Now, the only thing that sucks is that you can't actually respond to your reviews. I hope that this feature is coming at some point. That would be great to be able to actually respond to the people that are reviewing your show. The only way you can respond is if they happen to put their Insta handle or something in there, some way for you to recognize who they are so that you can actually respond. But from this, you can't actually do much with. So if you are trying to get people to review your show, make sure that you say something like, hey, if you're going to leave a review, or please leave a review, and please also leave your Insta handle so that I can respond to you, so that I can shout you out and, talk about you and your business in the next episode. One of our clients, Emily Osmond, does a really good job of doing that. She mentions it, and then she also does shout out to them in some of her episodes and talks about their business. It's a really nice way to give back to those people that are reviewing you. They just need to make sure that they actually provide you with some way of being in contact after that. So that would be my recommendation as to how to actually see your reviews. Go to chartable.com. You don't have to pay for anything. There are things that you can pay for within the service and see more stats and analytics and that sort of thing. But if you have a decent podcast host like Buzzsprout, then you don't really need the extra stats, because Buzzsprout and Blueberry and all the other good hosts, Libsyn, that sort of thing, give you really good stats. So I don't really see the need to actually pay for Chartable. So that would be my recommendation there. Go and have a look at your own show now if you have one. See if you're charting anywhere. See if you've gotten reviews. And if you don't have any reviews and you're not charting, then you've got some work to do. You need to get some people talking about your show. The best way to do that, actually, there's so many ways that can happen. If you're interested in learning about that sort of stuff, then I would go to creativebrandinglab.com which is our course platform, which is where we have the courses that we do. One of the ones that we run is Pump Up Your Pod, the course, which is the same name as this podcast, for good reason, because it teaches you how to grow your show and that sort of thing. It goes really deep into the kind of topics that I do surface level here on the podcast. So that's probably what I would recommend if you're looking for ways to actually get more reviews and to actually chart higher and that sort of thing. Go and check that out. If you need any done for you type services, you can go to bambimedia.com, and that's where we have all the stuff that we do for all our clients as well. But I hope this answered your question really quickly today. Chartable.com, go and check it out. Put your podcast name in there, have a bit of fun with it, and I hope you have a lovely day.